How's it going, guys? It's Mario Armani from Royal LePage, and I'm here with my man
Baka Rashdi from Law Booth Lawyers and Notaries. We do it all.
I'm glad he said it because I didn't want to say that long title. But we're actually here, guys. Baka was kind enough to allow us to come to his office to shoot this quick video, and we wanted to basically talk about what it is a real estate lawyer does. I really feel that a lot of people think that all lawyers are the same, and being in the industry for over 10 years now, I know firsthand that they're definitely different, just like realtors are. So Baka, thank you so much for allowing us to come by here and shoot the video.
Thank you for having me.
Look at this guy. He's all slicked out. He's got the Gucci tie. He's making me look bad.
It actually is real Gucci, just so you can see.
The Bentley lawyer right here. Please tell us, what does a lawyer do and why is it that we need a real estate lawyer to close our transactions?
Well, Mario, you're in luck because I have an answer prepared right for you. For many people, the purchase...
Oh, wait, hold on. You're seriously going to read from a script?
One of your biggest purchases in life is going to be buying a home, unless you're buying fancy cars or something which costs as much as a condo. But more than likely for the majority of us, we're buying a home and that's our biggest purchase. And you need to make sure you have somebody on your side to make sure you know all your legal obligations and pretty much everything you're signing up for.
Makes perfect sense. At the end of the day, the lawyers are there in your corner to represent you should a problem arise with the whole transaction. And honestly, guys, I couldn't state this enough. All lawyers are definitely different, and it's definitely good to ask a lot of questions, just as if you were selecting a realtor. So Baka, please tell us, what are 3 things that people should definitely look out for when choosing their next real estate lawyer?
One of the most important things and one of the most inquiries I get are about the fees. In this day and age of the internet, I'm sure you guys have heard of it, and and phones, everybody can shop around very quickly. But the issue is a lot of lawyers now are giving their prices a certain way. Even though the Law Society tells us we can only advertise in a certain way, I feel that some of them are still not doing that. So what's important is when you're shopping around for fees, you need to ask them what the all-inclusive fee is. A fee is many different parts. There's the legal fee, which is our fee. There are disbursements. A disbursement is something that we pay on your behalf, which is if we do a title search, we have to pay the land registry for that. If we do a registration, we have to pay the land registry for that on your behalf. So those go into disbursements. The other thing that you have is title insurance. Most of the lawyers here obtain title insurance from the same 3 or 4 companies, and we all get the same rates. Some lawyers get a better rate depending on what sort of volume they do with that company, and those lawyers often pass that saving on to your client.
It's important to know.
So when you come to us, make sure you ask what the legal fee is, what the total disbursements are, what the title insurance is, what the registration for your mortgage is, what the registration charge for your transfer is, what the land transfer tax is, and if you're eligible for any rebate. At this point, if you're a first-time buyer, you will get a rebate from the Ontario portion of the land transfer tax and the Toronto portion of the land transfer tax. So you need to know all these things.
So more importantly, just so everybody understands at home, all of the disbursements, all of the land transfer tax, title insurance, lawyers don't get that. That's not money that goes in their pocket. That's just money that they pay on your behalf for basically a portion of what is needed to close a transaction. The only thing that they make is basically the legal fee. So a lot of the times I do really see people, oh, the lawyers, they charge so much money, when in reality, real estate lawyers, they actually don't make a lot of money per transaction. They make their money on the volume of transactions. So I'm so glad that you started off with the fees, because I do feel it's like the #1 thing that really comes up, and it does differentiate lawyers. And I have also seen it firsthand, how a lot of lawyers will say, well, I charge $500, and then another lawyer will say I charge $1,500, and people think, oh, I'm gonna go with the lawyer that charges $500. Then they go ahead, close their transactions, it's time to get their money, and they see, well, you charged me $1,800. Right. He's like, well, oh, because these are disbursements and these are things that lawyers explain after the fact. So
they should explain that to you in the beginning, what all the disbursements are right from the outset. So when you get a quote, make sure you read the fine print if there is any. Sometimes they charge you extra for couriers, sometimes they charge you extra for arranging your mortgage, things like that. That should all be included in your fees.
Awesome to know. So let's move on to point number 2. What's the second reason why you feel, or not why you feel, but why you think people should put some extra precaution when they're choosing a lawyer?
Well, you need to know if this person is actually practicing real estate law.
Oh,
a lot of lawyers, they tend to do multifaceted areas of law. They do family, criminal, immigration, all kinds of areas, and real estate is not one of their major areas. And that's very, very important, because you need to know if they know what they're doing. So That's what's most important. Other than that, you may want a lawyer that still practices real estate law, or a majority of their focus is real estate plus litigation. In case there's an issue with your closing at the end of it or before it or something, you need somebody that doesn't just refer you out to somebody else to do the litigation portion for it. So you need somebody to be able to help you throughout the transaction.
And that's really important, because maybe a lot of those lawyers who, let's say, don't do litigation, they're the ones who probably are charging a little bit less. But it's always like I tell people, a lot of the times there's always a dispute amongst the public in terms of what realtors charge. The same as a lawyer. I don't think that you're paying us a little bit more money because of the transaction that's at hand. You're also going to be paying us a little bit of extra money, I would say, should there be a problem, because we would have the expertise to actually help you if there is a problem or should something arise. So definitely a great point. And yeah, last thing, third thing, what else do people need to take care of?
Well, this third thing probably should be number one, which is communication.
Oh, huge.
Fees don't matter that much if you don't have communication. If you're reaching out to a lawyer, make sure you speak to the lawyer. One of the main complaints that I get is, for their previous closing, they never ever got to meet the lawyer or speak to the lawyer. They always dealt with the clerks or the assistants. Second, how responsive are they to you? When you send an email or a text message or phone call, how quickly do they get back to you? If they don't get back to you in time while you're shopping around, maybe it foreshadows how they're going to be once you are their client, because we do a lot to make sure that we retain our clients and to keep their loyalty to us. So we do whatever we can, and communication is key. They should be getting back to you.
I actually feel it's a great point, because one of the things about lawyers is that you get a lawyer to kind of have that peace of mind. So when you're trying to contact them, you're calling them, emailing them, and
right,
you're not getting a hold of them, you're kind of like, well, I don't feel peace of mind in this case, right? So
right,
definitely a great point. I've been in the business, like I mentioned earlier on the video, over 10 years, and the amount of times that I've had phone calls from clients and saying, hey Mario, what do I do? The lawyer's not calling me, or I don't know when I have to sign. These guys, because I guess it's not their main practice, they don't understand the process of real estate, they don't inform their clients, and everything is all up in the air, so it's kind of difficult. So definitely a great point. So now you guys know, next time you got to choose a real estate lawyer, take care of these three things that Baca mentioned. Definitely look out for them. If you need some help, definitely reach out to Baca. Sure. He's located here on Britannia in Mississauga. Give him a shout. We're going to put all his information down below. And why don't you give everybody your social media just so they can look you up?
Sure. If you want to see my personal cool life, it's on Instagram, it's Bentley Lawyer. But if you want to see the memes and the cool stuff on Instagram, then it's just Law Booth. Also, please, public service message, don't nickel and dime for $20 and $50 with your lawyer's fees. Make sure you have somebody good on your side. Those $50 or $100 will end up saving you a lot more later on.
Agree. And also what I would want to add to that extra $50, $100 would give you that little bit of extra service, which ends up being something very big in the end, such as communication. So we're just basically trying to say in a nice way, don't be cheap. Okay?
True.
So guys, once again, thank you so much for watching this video. Like always, we're here to educate, we're here to teach you what's going on. And Baca, once again, thank you so much for allowing us to come to the law booth and do this quick video. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And that's my logo right there.
Over there. Baca,
Okay.
Thank you very much once again,
So
brother.
much,
Appreciate it. Peace.